Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Choosing Beggars. Story 1. No, I don't want to give you all my furniture, dude. So, I'm moving in August. And my current landlord asked me if I would be kind and show a few people my place so they can find a new tenant. Sure. No problem. This guy texted me, and because he's not living in my country yet, he asked if we could FaceTime a viewing of the place. Again. No problem. Then he started asking me if I would leave behind any furniture. I answered that I am taking my furniture with me and explained that furnished apartments is very uncommon here. I told him that I am thinking about selling my couch cheap or maybe even give it away for free and getting a new one since it's from the 1960s and very worn down. It does fold out to a bed though, so I asked if he would be interested in that, since I could understand that he didn't have any furniture whatsoever. I also told him that I could send him some links to local Facebook groups where people offer free stuff. He said, "No. I will need a bed and a table to eat at. And since yours is already here, I would kinda help you out since you won't have to move that stuff to the new place." Like WTF. I'm actually being kind and offering him my couch, and he practically demands that I leave my bed and my dining table with chairs for free for him. The chairs are BTW old designer chairs, worth around 1,000 each, which I inherited from my grandparents. I was stunned. And I'm not even allowed to leave any of my belongings behind if I want my deposit back. If I was to leave e.g. my couch for him, I would have to move it from the 3rd floor, outside the building and into the storage underneath the house. 2 days later he called me again and asked if he could get a lower rent. I told him that he would have to discuss the financials with the landlord since I'm just a tenant and have nothing to do with his contract. He then proceeded to ask if I would please reconsider leaving my bed behind since he would have nowhere to sleep. I told him to buy an air mattress or go to IKEA because his furnishing needs can never be my problem. He instantly hung up. Anyway. Luckily he didn't end up getting the place. Edit. Whoa. Was gone for a few hours and didn't expect this to blow up. I'll make a reply round shortly. Story 2. Pay me to dig my tree out of my backyard and haul it away. Story 3. CB wants a month of trade work done in 3 to 5 days for some old corrugated iron and second-hand timber. Story 4. Met a woman while shopping. I had the most frustrating experience outside a grocery store a couple weeks ago. I had just finished my shopping. We finally did a big haul to hopefully last a month, and we all know how tough it is out here with the cost of living. Sitting outside the grocery store with a cardboard "Help me and my young kids" sign is a woman who calls out to me and asks me to help her feed her children. I sympathized as I am a mom myself. I know how tough everything is as we are barely getting by ourselves. I had bought a big case of muffins that were extra, and offered them to her. She then goes, "No. I don't want those. I need money." I told her I don't have cash I can give you. Her, "Well, can't you just give me your card then?" Me, "No, I am not going to give you my credit card." Her, "Ugh, well, at least go inside and get me a gift card." Me, trying to be nice but getting frustrated. I know how tough things are right now. I can barely afford to put food on my family's table. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't have anything extra to give you. I wish I could help. Her, "You seriously can't afford to help me? Not even a little? Really?" Scoffs. Me, "I offered you muffins." Her, "Well, I don't want those. I need a gift card or cash." Like, get me a gift card. It's not hard. Me, "I told you, I have my own baby to feed. I need to feed my own family before I can try and feed yours. I'm sorry." Her, "Seriously? You won't help me? You can't help me? I'm sure you can spare some money for my family. Just take me shopping." Me, "I'm sorry. I have bills to pay." "No, I will pray for you. This is just a small blurb." It was about a 5-minute argument of her trying to essentially manipulate and bully me into funding her grocery trip via gift card or giving her my credit card, which is insane. I didn't want to be rude and walk away. I know I shouldn't need to justify my no. I always try to help when I can, but I can't buy a whole family groceries. I then walked away, which I should have done earlier. Just needed to rant. Story 5. How do you guys feel about those TikTok lives of people begging for money? Story 6. Apparently I shouldn't make a profit. Story 7. Former friend shot self in foot and lost her birthday party. So I have a former friend who I think falls into the choosing beggars category. I got a new car this year. I worked my ass off, saved like hell, and got a 2023 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. It is a capable car, goes camping and wheeling easy, and is exactly what I wanted in a car. I had a friend who does not drive at all. She was thinking of getting her license as her parents bought her a car, but if she got it still wanted to go most places in mine as it was nicer. I would typically DD and was the friend who like clockwork made sure everyone made it home safe. For my birthday back in summer, my friends got me a $3 shirt from the clearance section of the thrift store and everything they didn't want from their closet. We went out and did a few things. I drove and paid for gas, which I wasn't thrilled about, but nobody wanted to put gas in my car when it was a part of owning a car and not their responsibility, so I dealt with it. They had asked if I could drive for Choosing Beggars girl's birthday in November, which I agreed to. They wanted to go to a cheap resort in a ski town. To pick them all up and then get them all to said town would be about 3 to 4 hours driving and over 300 kilometers one way. Fast forward less than a month and I have a huge falling out with them. I had some health things going on, and was mentally and physically exhausted, as I couldn't drive out to see them. They didn't come see me. The final straw was having an ovarian cyst burst, being stuck in bed crying in pain and high AF from the CBD/THC mixed gummies I took to curb the pain, got me solid enough to text for help, so yay. The choosing beggar told me I was being overdramatic, I was fine, and that I needed to be a better friend and get over myself so that I could start being present in their lives. I cut them out of my life. Fast forward a few weeks and choosing beggar realizes I am no longer in the group, and asks about her birthday. I say I'm no longer invited, so it's her plan. She agrees I am not invited, but I agreed to drive for the trip, therefore I should do what I agreed to, so and drive. I tell her I have work. She tells me I can book time off so she can have the birthday I promised her. I agree. I tell her I will drive them all wherever for $25 an hour. After an 8-hour day I go to time and a half. I keep being paid while waiting outside all the stores and restaurants I am not invited to. I am also paid from the time I start my car to the time they are all dropped off up. I will also be paid 78 cents per km driven. If it is a weekend of driving them everywhere and I put 1,000 kilometers on my car, then I guess I get $780 for the kms driven. As I would be driving drunk people, if anyone threw up in or damaged my car, I had a waiver I wrote up stating they were on the hook for 100% of the cleaning and repairs. As icing on the cake, I would be nice, and stay at a cheap campground, which I would pay for myself, 5 minutes from the resort so that I didn't infringe on their resort, which they did not want me staying at. I would also pay for 100% of my food and drinks and make sure not to eat at the places they were at, as they did not want me eating at the same places they did. I also have a proper hitch, so I offered to tow a U-Haul for the weekend and store it at the campground so that they could bring everything they wanted or needed and still have room in the car to be comfy. I would not charge any extra for the trailer if they covered the rental. I would bill them for hours taken to pick it up/drop it off and the kms driven for that. I would also be on call 24/7, so would abstain from weed and have one cooler at most over the course of the night with dinner. Needless to say, this was not okay with my former friend group. I was read the riot act for scamming them and trying to make a quick and easy buck at the expense of this poor girl who just wants a good birthday. I was told if I was going to do that I needed to rent a 2023 Cadillac or equivalent vehicle that I would pay for and cover the trailer. If not, they expected free, 24/7 on call, and for me to cover all gas and vehicle maintenance involved. They also said cleaning was a part of vehicle maintenance, and ICBC will cover damages, and as a vehicle owner I need to pay the $300 deductible myself if they damaged it while drunk, and say it was my fault as if they damaged it I should have better cared for them while they were drunk. I told them no, and that they could have fun finding a chauffeur to do it cheaper or another friend could drive. She begged me to do it for free a few more times, graciously decided to comprise and that they didn't need the trailer so I wouldn't have to tow anything. I said no, they all know my costs, they can deal with it or find cheaper. She said a girl offered to drive for free with her Hyundai, and that she wished I was more supportive and willing to treat her with more respect instead of letting one small incident come between us. Just found out it snowed an absolute ton in the mountains the week of her birthday. The girl in the Hyundai refused to overload her car and drive for hours on an icy highway, especially when the car would likely have gotten stuck. None of them got their reservation deposits or prepaid events refunded. The birthday girl had no money to do anything else for her birthday. My car would have been 100% fine. I have done snow soft roading up forestry roads on the mountainside. Had I gotten an apology or they had treated me with basic respect they would have gone 100%. Had they gone with my offer after I was no longer invited, they would have made it 100%. I told people they made their bed and could deal with the consequences. Up until 2 weeks before the trip, I was willing to book time and drive them if I was paid, but they blew all their money on spas and resort adventures before they even left, knowing it would snow in the mountains. I even knew an alternative way to take, which will be highly maintained, and loop around to the destination should the more direct route be bad. I honestly got a pretty good laugh out of it after. Story 8. This free food isn't up to my standards. Story 9. I'm 400 short, you accept 750 BTW, my friend sells M way cheaper. Story 10. Called me names and insulted my race and gender. I recently sold my home and had to get rid of a bunch of furniture. I listed in Marketplace that I had a large solid wood desk for free but whoever wanted it had to pick it up, I would not deliver. I also mentioned they would need help loading it because I am a 7'3" woman. First responder I had. Person, will you deliver it? Me, no, as I said it must be picked up, it's free. Person, well that is rude, you must be a mainlander with that attitude. Me, I am not rude, just stating the ad facts. And what the heck is a mainlander? Person, you must also be white and AB% and at age if you won't deliver. Me, well you went over the line, I am giving it to someone a lot more pleasant than you. Then the conversation turned into several messages with cussing, calling me names and telling me to go F * myself. All over a free desk I would not deliver. I blocked him and gave the desk to a very nice couple that just started working from home. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.